Hello, everybody. It's me, Demetra Kaye, and I am sitting here with Donovan, a recovering Democrat Sadiq, also known as the Black Yule Brenner. We are not live. This is our podcast where we kind of chop it up between ourselves, but you can best believe that we'll be back here at 5 p.m. Central Time, live with you to have a conversation. I think I know what we're going to talk about, but I'm not sure because, things change momentarily, right? Anyway, the purpose of the Demetra Kaye Show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people with the emphasis on even because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. So today we're going to be talking about Lisa Raye, the famous beautiful actress, most notably from that of the Players Club. That's where I learned of Lisa Raye anyway. But of course, she is also, I don't even know if they still have the show, Fox Soul Queens, Cocktails with Queens on something like that, where she's with Vivica and a couple other ladies, they chop it up or what have you. So she has some advice regarding dating. So we're going to switch it up a little bit from politics and give it a go. So Donovan, what say you?
Well, I want to say that they are doing their best to shut down these podcasts and webcasts and just be disruptive. So be on the lookout for that. If you guys are having problems with your program, either you're going through an update or there's some kind of going with the software, because I've been dealing with that all day today. But getting back to what we're supposed to be doing, if you look at the bottom there, we have a scrolling banner. It says, please donate if you can and can do so. You could donate via Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, cash, money order, all that other great stuff. We've been doing this stuff for a pretty long time now, and it's those donations that keep the content creator motivated and to keep these great conversations going. Also, don't forget the African Diaspora News Channel app. You can download that on Google Play, Apple Store. And when you download that and you become a member and a subscriber, you get additional great videos from the Emancipation Channel, Brother Phil Scott, Vicki Dillard, Demetra Kaye, and a plethora of other contributors from all over the diaspora, Africa, Caribbean, so on and so forth. People telling you what is actually going on in the world. As you guys know, it has been exposed that legacy media is dying, and most people are getting their news from the YouTube and social media outlets and things like that. So please do that. And then also remember that when you become a member of the African Diaspora News Channel, like in any app that you do, we won't be censorshiped as like the Democrats like to do and like other platforms like to do. And it's been proven that's what goes on. So the revolution will not be televised. We can speak the way we speak and understand the way that we understand things without the censorship and actually get great conversations going to move a great people forward. So become a member, subscribe, like, share on your platforms.
Absolutely. I just want to kind of piggyback on what Donovan said too. Of course, it's Black Friday coming up, and there's some people who will not participate in that, and there's some people who will. I would just would if I could. And asking is not normally my thing, is Donovan's thing, but I will say this: if you're going to spend some money, think about your new Black media. When I say new Black media, I mean true Black media, because we are the ones that's on the ground floor. We're not getting this big advertising dollars like you're rolling and everybody else, right? We're not getting this corporation money. The money that we get actually comes from you guys. To Donovan's point, it does cost something to run these platforms. So it's in a way free to y'all, which absolutely. But for me, myself personally, it does cost something. So if you're thinking about gifting something to somebody or spending some money on Black Friday, think about it. If not even this platform, but other Black platforms that y'all see out there, like the African Diaspora News Channel. Y'all see Brother Phil 5 nights a week out, up there giving you the information, the news that you can use, and the news you're not going to get anywhere else. And of course, here on the Demetra Kaye Show, we have live conversations, the whole other thing. So I think it's of value, and I know that you guys think it's of value as well. And thank you all to those that do contribute and things like that. Love and appreciate you. Even if you just like and subscribe, you are well appreciated as well. All right, so let's get into it. So of course, the most beautiful Lisa Raye, and I think she's beautiful. She's an actress. At one point in time, she was married to the Prime Minister of Turks and Caicos. Michael Missick was his name. He is no longer the Prime Minister, but he was. She was also married to NFL player Tony Martin. That was her first marriage. So I say all that to say, she's had some pretty high-profile marriages, if you will, right? Now, of course, Michael, the Prime Minister of Turks and Caicos, got into trouble because he was cheating on her. And it sounds like he misappropriated a lot of the money for Turks and Caicos. And so it was a lot going on, to be honest with you. And she says, even from that marriage, she feels like that she's been damaged because it was humiliating. Sounds like he was cheating on her with some other high profile people. And obviously this, not obviously, but this comes from an interview called the, what's the name of the show? The Reality with King, Carlos King show, Reality with King. So, and Jasmine Brand, the clip I'm about to show you comes from them. But nevertheless, yeah, so she was asked a series of questions about herself and dating. And she says, yeah, she feels like she was damaged because she was highly embarrassed as to what was going on. And she says she feels a certain type of way because for all that she's done for Turks and Caicos, they kind of just, forgot about her and then swept what he did under the rug, kind of leaving her holding the shame, I guess, of what he did to her. And what he did was, infidelity, I won't say in the worst way, because to be cheated on is already bad, right? But nevertheless, I'm going to show y'all a clip of what she said in regards to dating.
Don't waste your time dating somebody who is not going to elevate your life. And
not even just that, but here's the thing. I don't want to stress you out by trying to keep up with my lifestyle that I already have and am accustomed to. Why? Because if I'm going to these restaurants just for lunch meetings and it takes you your whole check to take me there, I don't want to stress you out. You cannot hang with me. You are still wanting a vacation for the weekend. I vacation and go on holiday for the month. We are not going to be able to make this work. That's simple to me. I'm not trying to be with anyone that I have to be a teacher. Life is spanking us right now. Life is our teacher. Can I live in a house where I'm always teaching you as well? That's too much. That's too heavy. I don't want that. I'm going to teach you some things, on an everyday basis, but not where, the life lessons you were supposed to have and stored up on me, because I'm damn sure going to give them to you. I'm world traveled. I'm well cultured. I'm talented. I'm successful. I'm domesticated. I'm family. You get all these things. Don't you know that I have a list as well? You need to have your list. Do I check the boxes that you need in a woman? Do you check the boxes for me? And one of them has to be accomplished, successful, powerful, and rich. There's other things, though. It's funny. It's God-fearing. It's family. It's generous.
All right, so let's take down the most beautiful Lisa Raye. I like Lisa Raye. I really do. I think she's very beautiful and all of that. So just to reiterate, y'all heard her say, basically, I'm not trying to be with a man I got to be always teaching. She doesn't want to be in teacher mode. She says, am I going to teach you some things? Yes. But as far as I'm always educating and teaching you, she said, I don't want to do that. She also says that she vacations for the month, boo, not the weekend. Okay. She don't want nobody to have to spend their whole paycheck at lunch. You know what I mean? She said, I don't want to stress you out. She says, because that's not the lifestyle I'm accustomed to. I can already do those things for myself. And so not, I don't want you to have to go through anything extra trying to keep up with me. She also listed, her list. She knows her worth is what she's saying. And she says, you should have a list, because you're going to ask me what's on my list. You should also have a list. But she says, him being accomplished, successful, powerful, and rich, that's not everything. God-fearing, funny, family-oriented, things like that. But yeah, you got to be on your square to keep up with the beautiful Lisa Raye. Donovan?
Delusional. If she's wondering why she's by herself, she just listed exactly why she's by herself. Because again, like I said, she could have all those wants and needs and whatever her checklist is and what she thinks she's worth. Men know what they're worth as well. We are ordained by God to be the leaders. So the point of the matter is she has all that success and everything that she listed, right? And yet she's still by herself at the end of the day, because real men, we don't care. You could be worth $1 million. Men, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care how educated you are. We don't care how beautiful you are. We don't care. There are certain qualities. Every man is different that look for different things. You've got some guys that are If the girl got a booty, that's the requirement. If the girl got titties, that's the requirement. If the girl's educated, that's the requirement. If she's feminine, that's the requirement. You can't take a man, just like men can't take women and put them in a box and say, okay, all women are like this. That's unrealistic. I've seen couples where you're like, how does that work? He's small, she's big. This versus that. I mean, she kind of exposed herself, in my opinion, Demetra, in the fact that she has all these requirements and she's all that. And she's, I mean, if she is all, and I'm not saying she isn't all that she says she is. She's a beautiful woman. You know, she's talented. She ain't Oscar worthy, but whatever, you know, to be famous or whatever. But the thing is, according to her, in her delusion, then she should be a mainstay person that dudes should be trying to wife up. She should. But we know that's not the case. So here we are. Now she's getting older and she's getting older. And unfortunately, ladies, I don't care if you believe it or not, the manosphere or whatever the deal is, women, as they grow older, yes, they're more sophisticated, they know more. But in the real world, when a woman gets older and she hasn't settled down now, she is not. The likelihood of her finding what it is she thinks she deserves is less and less and less. As a man gets older, his value, as his money gets up, all that stuff always goes up. Those are just facts. She is delusional, and she's proving the point by making that list, and yet she's by herself.
Wow. All right. So you said she's delusional. That's why it reiterates. She says she's 57, by the way, and she looks really beautiful. There's a couple things here. She didn't say no man wants her. That I don't think that's the case at all. I think probably plenty of men want Lisa Raye. I there's no doubt in my mind. What she's saying is, you can't want me if you don't have these things. And as far as her putting a man in a box, she didn't put the man in the box. She put herself in a box and said, in order for you to take me out this box, you need to have these things, right? Just like men have these requirements of a woman. She's like, listen, you can't, I could do all this for myself. She didn't say she couldn't. She says, I can and do all these things for myself. If you want to be Lisa's man, you got to be able to keep up with me. That's what she said. So she didn't put a man in a box or, you know, any of that other stuff. As far as a man being the leader, like, and I'm with Lisa, 100%. You can't leave me, brother. If I can do the things for myself, and like she said, you stressed out of taking me to lunch, then she wasn't being mean about it. She was just, you know, saying this is what it is. I don't want to stress you out. You trying to figure out how you're going to pay for lunch and this, that, and the other. She says, because I'm accustomed to a certain lifestyle, right? So as far as being a leader, I mean, that's fine. But I'm not knocking Lisa for having or waiting for what she wants. And I'm going to tell y'all some of this too, especially about us older sisters, because I'm an older sister. She's only 4 years older than me. Okay. It's not that we can't have no man. Sometimes there's a lot of sisters that been through a lot of things. And like she said, she's been cheating on a whole lot of stuff. Sometimes you're like, I'm good, boo. I don't need to be with no man right now. I'm not saying I never want to be with one. That's not why I didn't hear her say that. I don't say that. What it is I'm cool right now all by myself, sexy, my lonely or whatever. I'm not lonely. Am I by myself without a partner? Yes. But as I said, God damn it. Yes, I'm cussing early. In order for me to give up my half of the bed or you, whatever, because I'm not going to be shacking up with no man. Let's keep it real. Okay. In order for me to give up half of the bed, you got to be something. I'm not going to be with no suckers, no jokers, no cheaters. None of that. See, not me personally. You don't got to be a millionaire and all that because I'm not a millionaire, right? I'm like, yeah, if you could take care of yourself, cool, whatever we put together, bam, we can make it happen, right? But I'm with her. And I'm a teacher by nature. I've always had, from a child, I've been a teacher. So I get what she's saying. A woman that the saying that I love, and I'm gonna try to get it right. It says, a woman that cannot teach a man is basically not worth what a weight, and a man that can't learn from a woman is just the same, right? So as a woman, we are in teacher mode, but I agree with her 1,000%. Listen, Joker, I'm not going to be teaching you everything, the A's, B, C's, and the birds and the bees, because that's the stuff you should already know at this age. Okay, there's certain things I'm not going to be stopping my time and teaching you. Okay, well, and the other thing too is I said, if you got knowledge of self, boo, you don't darken my step if you ain't got knowledge of self, right? So those are the things for me personally, and I get what she's saying. That if I got to teach you knowledge of self, then first of all, I'm not going to talk to you if you don't have knowledge of self. We're probably going to have a very short conversation. So I understand what she's saying. Now, what it says, So yeah, I think I touched upon it all, but I'm not mad at her. See, the problem is this. Yeah, she's sophisticated. I'm sophisticated. To some degree. You know what I mean? And this is gonna hurt a little bit, and I don't mean that for it to hurt any man, nobody out there. I always find that it's the man that don't have the confidence to think that he can be with a woman like that would rather tear her down than to say, you know what? She's saying some real good stuff. I want a woman like that. Ain't just Lisa Raye. Let me up my game. Now, and for her, it's money. It's a lifestyle. For other women, it's, hey, can you teach me something? Are you industrious? Like what, there's certain things that, just like men have the things that they want, women have the same thing too. And I keep telling y'all. Yeah, y'all think that a woman should make you a sandwich, F you, and shut the F up. That Elon Musk is rolling robots off as we speak. Cost you about 20 G, it probably be cheaper. Just hope she don't clinch up on you, Donovan.
Exactly. No, I'm not saying, she can't have what she wants. Like I said, if I had an opportunity to be with a Lisa Raye, yeah, I definitely would do it. But again, women, and I know a lot of women are not going to agree with me on this. Women have to deal with time. You guys are set in perfect time. You only have a certain time to have children. Your body is set to do certain things. And when you pass a certain threshold, again, your value, not as a woman being a woman, goes down, but your desirability goes down. Those are just facts of life, and you can fight it all you want. The point is, most men in Lisa Raye's age range are already settled down, or they're out there still trying to be the G that they want to be, or whatever the deal is. And, she'll be put in the rotation if that's what she's got to get. And my point is this, a lot of women fall for that. And these older women keep teaching that BS. And I think it's BS. That's my personal opinion, because yes, for some women, your relationships don't work out. You're going to wait it out. That's fine. But the fact of the matter is, you could ask any man, if I'm 60 and I have an opportunity to be with a 30-year-old woman versus a woman that is in my age range that has herself together and she got all these lists and requirements, what the hell do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to take the path of least resistance, like most people would do, right? I don't want a woman that's going to challenge me and, she wants to be the man. She sounds like the man. She's got the deep throat. Ain't no nigga gonna do. I don't want to hear about your list. We don't care. We don't care about your list. The bottom line is, the older she gets, the less likely she is going to find a mate. I'm not saying she won't find a mate. Statistically, it's less likely, because the man that she's describing, he's already settled down. He's already made his choice and moving his family and doing all that, other stuff. So again, it's nice that she has all that, but to me, the results don't seem to. It doesn't seem to be adding up, because again, when you have a list like that, of course we know your thing gets lower and lower, right? Your pick pool gets lower and lower. Your married men, your gay men, the men that are just whatever in print, whatever. So statistically, I don't think it's working for her, because if it was, she would be settled down by now.
You said just a lot, Kaye. First of all,
I did. Go ahead.
First of all, ain't no 57, 53-year-old woman trying to have no doggone kids, okay? Let's just keep it a buck. So she probably not going to be looking for a man to be with a man that wants some kids, because biologically, I cannot have no kids. So as far as that being her value, yeah, if she was could have children, didn't want to have to or whatever, and she gets with a man or tries to be with a man that wants kids, then yeah, you know, that would kind of be not gonna happen. But I think it's safe to say a woman my age or Lisa Raye age, we ain't looking to be with no man that wants some children. Hell, at my age, she have grandchildren. I don't know if she has any grandchildren. Doesn't sound like she has a child, so maybe she does have a grandchild. I think she does. I don't have no grandchildren yet. So what, you know, but I'm old enough to be a grandmother. So what I look like trying to be with a man that's trying to have some kids? That's what the nonsense is. Anyway, and to desirable to who? As I said, all a woman needs to be is desirable to one man, the right man, not all men. See, that's the problem with men. I think in general, y'all think every woman y'all see need to be desirable to y'all. Y'all want to pick her apart if she's not. Just that, like you said, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, which you may not like, somebody else is gonna like. So she does not have to be desirable to everybody. As far as her being in a rotation, did you hear what that woman said? She says, "I'm sophisticated." A lot of you suckers couldn't even be in the same room with Lisa Raye, let alone put her in a rotation. You know what I'm saying? But that's, you know, that's where I think we as people got to rearrange our understanding. That as a woman of some status, whether she has money or not, she says, "I'm a sophisticated woman." And to think that she would be in a rotation, I think that kind of says how men see women, no matter how old they are, right? And at 57 years of age, she should have some standards. My dad always says, and I can remember my daddy saying from a little girl, ain't no romance without the finance, and it shouldn't be. The minister said and everything. A woman should not be with a man that cannot at least do something for her. As my father says, a woman don't need a man to help her do nothing. And unfortunately, you got a lot of these men, not all, some of you listen, because I know it's getting tight right now. Some of y'all gonna get in your feelings. I'm asking you not to do that. But a lot of these men nowadays want to treat a woman like a trampoline, and the best he want to do is give her a Little Caesar pizza and then fire up her Netflix account and watch a movie and then go home to whatever he's doing and not make no commitments to it. But you know what? I don't blame him. I blame her. So when I hear that Lisa Raye is all she may gonna be is putting somebody rotation, and she basically is, you know, her ship has sailed, to who? To a man that, you know, that ain't really trying to do right by her. She's honest. This is what I need from a man. And if it ain't you, boo, keep it pushing. We don't even need to have a conversation. Why don't you? And this, keep it moving. And that's not about, don't take what I'm saying personally. That's why I said, when you said she putting men in the box, she put herself in the box. It's what a nice Tiffany, you know, Swarovski crystal or whatever it is, she put herself in the box. And if you cannot attain me, then keep on passing by the shelf. Don't get mad. Just it is what it is.
Right, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Like I said, she has.
Okay, go ahead. You said, you know, her chances are slim. The men that she wants, I'm gonna always go back to Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is with Lauren Sanchez, and she is Lisa Raye's age. And she bagged damn near the richest man and the second richest man in the world. But y'all run around here talking about, oh, you know, these 30-year-olds and this, that, and the other. Listen, Jeff says I could buy 1,400 of Lauren's if I want to, and then multiply that by 1,400. But I wanted her in her big old 50s and everything.
I agree with you. But again, the statistics of that happening for everybody out there, it's not. Is
Lisa Raye no average woman?
Is she average? No, I wouldn't say she's average.
So then we're not talking statistically speaking on average when we talk about her.
Well, yes, we are, because in the circles that she runs in, because she's high value, nobody seems to be coming to her.
Did she tell you that? Did she tell you that?
No, but obviously, if she's single and she's been single for a while.
Nah, see that's where you're wrong. Because I don't have to be single. And I think y'all what unfairly what y'all do is when y'all see a woman that's single, oh, so that's why she can't keep a man. Maybe she don't want a man right now. Maybe she doing the voodoo that she do so well right now and don't want no man right now. But trust me, boy, I can have me a man if I wanted a man.
No, nobody said that. No, nobody said that. But we will acquisite that women do not control relationships. Women control sex. They don't control relationships. That's a fact. So
that's what you're wrong.
wait. So you could go out there and you could say you could have a man anytime you want to have a man, right? Okay, that's fine. If you actually believe that. But doesn't it take a man to ask you to get married, to ask you to date him, to ask you to do those things? Men control relationships. So I'm going to disagree with you on that part.
You assuming that ain't nobody asking. That's the problem.
No, I didn't say that.
See?
No, I didn't say that. The fact of the matter is she is not, and I don't know her personal business. What I'm saying is this trope that she throws out, like this 1 in a million shot. If everybody thought like that, there'd be a plethora of women that are waiting for Prince Charming to come and he will never come.
All I'm saying is if y'all ain't got the Skrilla, then shut the hell up. I'm just saying that. I mean, that's what
right.
a producer
in her situation, right?
Or even if the woman needs you to, you want to treat her like a trampoline for the night, can you take her to Walmart and get a basket full of groceries? I'm just saying. And this is really, listen, this is for me, really for the women. And I've always said this: stop messing with men that won't even be. If he want to jump up and down on you for the little 2 minutes he got, and you ain't got no food in the refrigerator, that ain't his fault. That is yours. Hey, babe, you look good and everything. You want to come back to my boudoir? Y'all ain't heard that word in a long time. You want to come back to my boudoir? Listen, I ain't got no food in the refrigerator. You know what I mean? And I think most men worth their weight. No, you got to pay to play. Now, some people say, that make you a prostitute. Well, what does it make me if I give it to you for free?
Popular?
How am I going to be popular with a man who can't even put no groceries in the refrigerator? What am I going to win? I'm obviously not a cookie because you ain't trying to buy that.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No, I agree with you wholeheartedly. But again, at the end of the day, at 50-something years old and aging, her statistics of landing the man that she wants is very, very small. I'm not saying it's not impossible. There's always a chance, but it's a very slim chance because, again, most men are settled. Most women up in her classification, they're all settled. And if they're not settled, they're extremely wealthy with their cats. So, you know what I mean? So realistically, it's unfortunate because like now, again, because of media, whatever, you got the big Shirleys out here who think they're 10s. That's how the delusion is going out here. Women do not control relationships at the end of the day. I don't care what you say, Demetra. Women do not control relationships. Women control access to sex. That's it.
See, a man that knows better would say you a damn lie. Women do control relationships. If a woman is worth her weight, and I'm not talking about you do this, you do that. See, a woman that know how to move and use what her mama gave her in the right feminine way does control a relationship. But see, that's what I said. And my dad says this all the time. It ain't even my original words. A lot of these men out here don't know what it means to actually be with a woman. And they don't. Even at these big grown ages. Man, any man know a woman does control a relationship. Man controls it too. But again, she not no robot, right? Now, I want to put this out there. Yeah, Lisa, if we talking about Lisa dating brothers, yeah, her chances are slim in getting that man that she wants. But if she starts dating outside the race, which I'm not advocating that she do, okay? I'm just bringing the numbers into the conversation. She starts dating outside of her race, then yeah, her odds improve a lot. Because we know that there's a lot of these billionaires that's running around that got a black woman, right? And Lisa Raye runs in the circles with people that she would more than likely bump elbows with that got not some M's, but some B's in the bank. So again, we don't know what Lisa working with. We don't know who she's turned down. We don't know what she's doing because as most people know, I know y'all ain't used to this, but a lady don't tell all her business. And it is said that Lisa Raye, it's rare that she gives interviews. This was a rare interview where she was like, okay, let's have a conversation. Sounds like maybe it's a friend or whatever. But a lady ain't running around telling all her business, what I got going on behind my closed doors, and let alone my bedroom. That's not what a lady does. But see, I'm going to tell y'all this too. This is for y'all men. Y'all need to get used to being in the company of some ladies, not just some biological women. I'm talking about some ladies, some real women. And that's where I agree with her. I'm going to teach you some things on the strength of me being a woman. If y'all hang around some ladies sometimes, and you'll know how ladies think, not tramps and hoes and all kind of other loose women. Because that's how y'all speaking from a point of view of that's who y'all hanging around. Y'all not speaking from the point of view that y'all hanging around some ladies. Ain't your mamas and grandmamas ladies? I'm just asking because when I hear a lot of men talk about the hoes and this, the 304s and the sexy reds and stuff, and so that to me tells me that's y'all circle of influence, not no real ladies.
Well, like I said, it all depends on the generation where we're talking about, because again, we will acknowledge the fact that there's been 3 generations of young men that have been raised by women. And because they're raised by women in proximity, you are going to get a part of that feminization that goes on. That's why my baby could do no wrong. And my baby's 6'4", 320 pounds. He got braids and he cute. And that's what they're being taught because of the lack of the father in the equation. Now, if we're talking about our age group where we're at, Demetra, Generation X, because Lisa Raye would be considered Generation X. In that age group, last of the old school and traditions that know how things are supposed to be. We have to acknowledge the mere fact that for whatever reasons, as successful as she is, and I know it's so simplified, it's crazy. Whatever it is that she's going through or has gone through or whatever, the proof is in the pudding. And you're seeing it with all these successful women. You've got Lisa Raye, you've got Vivica Fox, you've got, so on, so forth, Oprah, whatever. In my opinion, and this is just Donovan's opinion, women sometimes think that their success or their amount of money that they have in the bank is what they deserve in men. And it's just not true.
From what we can see, Oprah has a man. Now, what all they got going on, I don't know the dynamics of it, but she's been with Stedman for a very long time. And I don't even know what the formula that you have concocted to come down to some proof is in the pudding that these women, for whatever reason, don't have no man and all that other stuff. But I mean, it's, you don't know why Lisa doesn't have a man, and to lump her with Vivica Fox and all them, those are different women. They got individual issues, and that does not mean because they are both or all single that they have the same issues. Whatever the case is, I'm single. I've done nothing to deserve to be single. Nothing at all. I will say this: I'm smart, and I know my weight, my worth. I know my weight too, but I know my worth as a woman. And I've been cheated on by everybody I've been with, except for my high school sweetheart. This is not a secret. I talk about this all the time. And I've done absolutely nothing. But I guarantee you, and I tell you right now, most, if not all of them, are like, hey, how you doing, big head? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Because you know why? Because they get out there in them streets, run around with Susie and every other faloozy. And then like, damn, Demetra was all right. She was a pretty square chick. She was all right. So when I hear men say, oh, well, why she single? Oh, she ain't got no man. You don't know why she ain't got no man. But that don't necessarily mean that it's a character flaw. Now, are there women out there with character flaws and that's why they're single? Absolutely. There's a lot of women out there that got character flaws. They want to be the man, and I get what she's saying too, because there's some women who make more money than a man, especially if she's on that level, and no shade to nobody who's not making that kind of money. She probably knows herself is like, I'm not going to respect you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to, I can't see you as the king, because I'm holding all of the gold. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that's right, but I don't know if she said that, but if that's the case, she's being honest. I need to be with somebody who's here or at least here. And listen, I know men who say that with women. I need to have a woman that's on at least my playing field, and this is just financially. Okay, I know men like that. She got to be on my playing field too, because she's got to have some skin in the game. She's got to have something to lose too, because to your point, often we're not dealing with the woman from our mamas and our grandmama days that knew how to stretch a dollar, out of 15 cents. We're not dealing with those women. We're dealing with women, as my daddy say, a man will bring in a spoonful of money and she'll shovel it out the back door. You're dealing with women like that. So there's a lot of men that's like, nah, if you ain't bringing just as much chips or close to it to the table, I can't mess with you. Walter say the same thing. Said, I'm tired of dealing with women that don't have what I have, and it costs me almost everything. You need to have something to lose too. So I get that.
Oh, and again, don't get me wrong. I think I'm very fair when it comes to relationships and how people escalate, whatever. When you're young, you do young things. As you grow, you're supposed to grow. Like I said, when I look at a young man and when I look at dudes and they're my age and they ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, I question that. Like, what have you been doing for your? Oh, I was in jail, man. You know, I was a dope boy.
Being cute,
right? Exactly. So, at certain stages, you're supposed to have certain things and be at a certain level. But no, we've been taught, again, 2 or 3 generations of young men that believe in 50-50. Now, Demetra, when we were coming up, I wasn't raised on no damn 50-50 as a man. I'm supposed to be a man. I'm supposed to bring the whole 100, not the 50-50. So a lot of that stuff has been put away because the feminism, and what kills me, ladies, and I know you guys are going to hate me for this, but I don't care. This small group of women that push this feminism bull crap is making it harder for you guys to be women, just to be women. Because now guys don't want to, wear your hat, wear this, wear that. Now you out here working, you're out here dealing with the kids, you're out here doing whatever you're doing. Oh, you're having, whatever sex and things happen and the relationships break up and you're left holding the bag. You're left holding the bag. But the women who are feminists, let's say like your Kamala Harris, who doesn't have any children, but she's going to tell you what you should be doing and all this other crap. She's making it rough for you guys. But we know at certain levels you're supposed to have. So I agree with you. When a woman is out there and she's been in relationships, whatever, and you're at a certain level, yes, women too should have certain things at a certain level, especially if she's been single for a significant amount of time or whatever. I mean, apartment dweller for your whole life, that doesn't make any sense to me if you're a male or a female. But the simplification of it all, and I know it's hard for women to understand men because you guys are not men. We don't care. We don't care about your finances. We don't care about how rich you are. Most of us in general, we are programmed to care. Like I said, women date up. And that's why I'm not mad at Lisa Raye or you or any other female that says, I want a man, this, that. That's what you're supposed to do. It's been like that since the beginning of time. But men are different. We're programmed different. I could see a girl at McDonald's and she could have potential with me. Be it she has a big booty, looks nice, whatever. But the point is she has potential with me. I could work at McDonald's. Y'all wouldn't even give me a second thought. Oh, you ain't, what kind of car you drive? We've been through all that. And again, we can't fight the way we're made. We can't do that. Women are women, men are men. And a lot of women have expectations of what a man is supposed to be, blah, blah, blah. So if I'm 50 years old and I'm working at McDonald's, I'm not expecting Lisa Raye to walk through the door and give me a shot. And that's just how it is. And we have to start accepting that. I get so sick and tired of women wanting men to think like women. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and as far as Kamala, and the feminism, Kamala, I didn't influence me to do nothing. Kamala's only 7 years, give or take, older than me.
She's 6 years old. So
she's, she didn't influence me to do nothing. I learned womanhood from my mama and my grandmothers. That's and women like that. That's where I learned womanhood from. I didn't learn it from no TV. I didn't learn it from Gloria Steinem. I didn't learn it from nobody else besides my mom and my grandmother. My mom and grandmother were not feminists at all. See, they knew their role, and my mom was very, very educated. My grandmothers were both smart ladies, okay? They both died and left here with something and left people with something. You know what I mean? And they were domestics, because that's what they were back then. My dad's grandma was born in 1919. My mom was born in 1927, and they were domestics, and they made something out of it. Meaning they helped take care of white people's kids and scrub their floors and laundry and stuff like that. And they, like I said, they died with something and left something to the rest of us, right? So I don't never want to discount that. But even with that, them going to work or whatever, they still were feminine, not feminist. They still never thought, oh, I'm a woman, I don't need no man. Because see, they didn't come from that school of thought, and therefore they didn't teach my mama that. Also, my mom was MGT, okay, from the Nation of Islam. So she learned, and she was that since she was 19. Well, obviously she left, but that's how old she was when she got into the Nation of Islam. So I say all that to say, I was never a feminist, even though some people think that I am. But as I said, if people think, if you understood what feminism is, then you would have a different take on it. But unfortunately, it's gotten rewritten a million times to suit the narrative of, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Men who don't understand women and who don't understand what it means to be with a woman, right? I ain't gonna use no derogatory names because I don't like to do that. But a lot of times it comes from men who maybe didn't see it right in his household with his mom or whatever. Maybe she was a single mom, or she had a bunch of dudes running in and out, or whatever the case is. He's never really seen a conducive relationship, and so he's gotten his own idea, especially with the inception of the internet, of what a woman is and what she should be. But as Lisa said, a woman is so much more. As I've always said, a woman is so much more. She's not just making you a sandwich and shutting up. You know, if that's what you want, yeah, there's women who will do that. But I guarantee you, as soon as your ass leave, the cable man gonna be up in there laying some wires. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But yeah, I agree with you. A woman is not going to walk into McDonald's more than likely and see a man working there and say, and unless she's a teenager, or she's young or something like that. And then, and she have to be a teenager, I'd imagine, because you had two little cousins that said they wouldn't be with no man and worked at McDonald's. And I think they was 13, 14 at the time when we was having a little conversation with them. But yeah, because that's not, like you said, that's not the way men and women should be built. A woman will walk into a McDonald's, and a man might be cute, but she'd be like, yeah, he working at McDonald's. Why hasn't he believed in himself a little bit more? And I'm not knocking McDonald's, but McDonald's, let's keep it a buck. I worked there when I was 16. It was the first job, that real job, if you will, that I had. But that's where teenagers work, right? Unless you're the manager or something like that. But yeah, a woman would be like, he doesn't, I would. This is just me. I'm not judging this man. And let's keep it real. Some men, like, I got to go work at McDonald's. I lost my job. I ain't got the money right now. Let me just go there because I'm not trying to stay here, right? I don't have a problem with that. But if you stand in a job like that, most women gonna look, you ain't got nothing else going on. You don't believe in yourself, sir. Confidence, you ain't got no confidence. You don't think you can do something else, or what do you know how to do naturally? Do you know how to build stuff, fix stuff? Like, what can you do? You load up some sodas in the car and go sell. Hell, collect cans. You make a little bit more, because you're working for yourself. That's what I would think. I'm not gonna judge you, but you just couldn't be my man. Like I said, unless you're the general manager and you the regional manager, or McDonald's or whatever. And if you're living in California, hell, they make it $20-something an hour. So I don't know. I might rethink that. I digress. But what I'm saying is, yeah, so a man will walk into a McDonald's and be like, damn, she fine. She working them fries. Ain't she? I'm going to get a number. Because like you said, instinctively and naturally, a man is like, I'm the provider. I'm going to take her off of fries. She ain't got to work. I'm gonna take care of her. Yeah, so that's how y'all are wired to think. But nowadays, men aren't necessarily wired to think that way, and women aren't wired to think the way as I described with my grandmama, my mama. Everything is topsy-turvy, right? I need a man, but I want to tell him what to do. I'm gonna wear the pants, and he better wear the coulda, shoulda. And it's like, what man you is gonna stick around for that, ma'am? You know what I mean? And men, as I said, when you understand what a woman is, that's why I keep telling y'all suckers, hang around some real women that oozes femininity, that speaks femininity, that thinks that way. Stop hanging around the hookers and hoes, okay? Hang around some real women, and that way you will learn what it means to be with a woman, a real woman in every sense of the word. Amen and hallelujah.
Yes, absolutely. We should do that. But unfortunately, men are wired the way we're wired, and we like to be around beautiful things. We like to have beautiful things if we can get it.
Then STFU.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So again, I'm a firm believer in this. This is just me. It's unfortunate, but women all throughout their life, you guys are against a clock, your biological clock. Your body dictates, certain parts of your life or whatever it is. Like I said, you guys go into puberty early. You do this early, whatever, versus men and versus how we're all done. And, if Lisa Raye is fine with, all I'm saying is where she's at now, in my opinion, at 57 years old, I'm not saying it's impossible or whatever. Like I said, we don't know what's going on in her background or whatever. And I really don't care, but I can only go by what I see. And if she's not married or whatever, and I understand she has these rules or things that she says, the statistically, most of the guys that are in their 60s in her age range and what she does in entertainment and stuff, most of those guys are settled down. That's all I'm saying. You know, the majority of the guys that would be available to her, according to her, will never make that box. They're beneath her. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. If she's come to that conclusion, that's how it's going to be. But where she's at, I don't see a lot of guys that are running around that are 60 something years old. Not a lot. I think Lawrence Fishburne's married again. I just don't see a lot of guys that she's projecting that are available from what I understand, what I see. And I just think she has a long winter of loneliness. And if that's what she likes, that's what she likes.
Yeah, you need to get out more, sir. Because I know men that got a little bit of something, a little bit of change in their pocket. Okay, I was in California not too long ago, and I sat at a table with a whole bunch of them. Okay, they don't talk their money.
Yeah. Because remember when I invited you to come sit with us.
Y'all saw me on a round table, and those brothers got a lot going on for themselves. Okay, a lot. So it's not impossible, but I keep hearing about this clock. And we all know that we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Everybody has the same. Nobody is cheated by even a second, right? But y'all keep talking about this clock for women, but somehow we outlive y'all. Somehow, unfortunately, the brother is leaving here a lot sooner than he had been in the last couple of decades. So what clock are we dealing with? Oftentimes, when y'all get with these younger women, y'all end up making them hospice wives. Y'all make them your nurses, where she has to take care of you because you didn't take care of yourself. And then, she has to wheel you in and out of the shower and all. And that what woman, young or old, wants to put up with that? So when I hear this clock that's being imposed on these women, nobody ever talks about the clock. That's Father Time is on y'all asses as brothers. Let's have that conversation.
Yeah, well, let's have that conversation because we are men and we are ordained by God to be the leaders. When we talk on the show and when you got these women that come in there and say, oh, men aren't accountable. Men are always accountable. This society is based on a patriarchy where men are held accountable. So as a man, we're checking out of here early because we have the responsibility of providing for our family, protecting our family, doing this, doing that, doing that. I'm not saying the women doesn't have a part in it, but the stress of being a man is significant. Again, finding a mate is stressful. Finding one that meets these parameters. Everything is predated on the man doing what he needs to do, which is why when it comes to time, because men have time too, just like women, we have to leave here. And we're going to leave here a lot earlier because physically we're working a lot more than women. If there were no men here, there'd be no civilization because that ain't going to happen. The reality is it ain't going to happen. If we had to depend on women to keep and progress the civilization and society, it would just crumble. That's just a fact. It's a fact. Women are not out there wholesale in construction. They're not in the sewers. They're not doing these things. It's just how we're built. And I know we can sit here and pat ourselves on the back and be like, women can do anything. I didn't say women can't do it. What I'm saying is, as a whole, women don't do it. Everything a woman enjoys right now is basically because of a man. And because of these things that we do as men, we get checked out of here. Which is why what is most important to real men is legacy. Real men who can afford it will have as many children as they can afford. Before it wasn't like that, but now it comes down to financial. And that's how it was. Men value legacy. Thus is why men pursue younger women, because if I pursued a woman like Demetra, you are past having children now. So this is why younger children are desired, because a lot of men desire legacy. Unfortunately, a lot of men nowadays can't afford the legacy, but they desire it. And that's just the way we're programmed.
Baby, I don't need to tell you twice, and I ain't gonna repeat myself. I'm desirable, okay? I am desired. That you could take to the bank, okay? So the other thing is you talk about women, everything women enjoy, men build. That's the damn lie. This picture behind me is something that a Black woman built. She built MLM. And that's what's being used by a lot of corporations today. That was built by a Black woman. Okay. Madam CJ goddamn Walker. Other thing is more hookers. I didn't say the F, I said but the soft. Wouldn't have had their asses on the moon if it wasn't for Black women. But that's a whole different conversation. I just want to kind of put that on out there, okay? But as far as men, but let's talk about brothers, because that's what we do on the show. We talk about Blackness. A lot of y'all that's leaving out of here single. It's statistically proven that men who are married live longer, right? So a lot of y'all that's leaving out of here are single because you burnt your candles at both ends. You want to party, you drink, and you smoke. You don't go to the doctor, never, ever, ever. You got to drag you kicking and screaming to the doctor for them to even put a Q-tip on you. You don't want to do that. I don't feel I'm all right. So y'all leaving up out of here, right? That's why, as it's saying, the nation settle down to a good choice. Settle down to a good woman. Not that her whole existence is to uplift you, but if you have a good woman in your life, then she say, hey, listen, I don't care what you say, sucker. You going to the doctor today. I made you an appointment. Let's go get your shoes on. We going. And shut up. You ain't been to the doctor. See, that's a good woman. But see, a lot of y'all ain't ready for that. Like I said, because y'all hang around hookers and hoes. Y'all ain't hanging around no real women. That's going to say, hey, baby, I love you. What I'm saying, it might be tight, but it's right. Get your ass in the car so we can go to the doctor. Y'all don't want to hear y'all think that woman is nagging. Oh, wait a minute. Nah, she care about you. But a lot of times when y'all single and you sprawled out some damn where you can't move, it's like, damn. That's when Gloda Dean and Susie and Bertha, all them start going through your mind, like in sheep. When you're going to sleep, the sheep start jumping the fence. Y'all start seeing all the women y'all tricked over when you're laying there like, I can't move. Because you're by yourself. Now, if you're not tricked off all those good women, then she would have probably caught it, whatever that is, before it happened. And don't care you don't want to eat baked chicken tonight. You're gonna eat it.
Yeah, well,
fried chicken on Sunday if you eat all your vegetables this week.
Well, so somewhere in the Black community, we have gotten away from the fact that we're supposed to build together. It seems like when we talk about relationships, we don't teach our children, the next generation. When you make a choice, you are to build together. It's like we miss that conversation. It's like, well, girl, when you get a man, he does it, he's gonna abuse you. We already put that stuff in these kids' heads, or the woman, or she a hoe, she gonna go do this, whatever. We put these fears in the next generation rather than telling them, look, when you find the girl that you want to get, son, you're supposed to build together. She is a asset to you, not a liability. But no, we don't teach our kids that. We teach them adversarial relationships. Well, girl, he gonna screw me over sooner or later. Yeah, man. She, even though she I knew she was she already had a child and I accepted her anyway. But now in my head, oh man, I don't know if she's still going back to her baby daddy. She's still doing it. We put these fears and we shouldn't be doing that. Whereas you look at the other groups, when they go into relationships in general, they understand they are there to build together and they stay together. But we don't do that in our community. In my opinion, what I've seen, it's adversarial, it's fighting, and it's fear. Fear. Oh, he gonna leave me. Girl, he gonna cheat on you eventually. Man, she with her baby daddy again. This, that. We put this fear in the community to make this wedge so that it could be a good excuse where I can just leave and go do what I want to do. Then you get in another relationship and you have the same fears because that's all you were taught. Versus, hey, we understand not all relationships work out. We all understand that for whatever reasons. But the one thing I can say, coming from a widowed mother, she never taught me to fear being with a woman, whatever the deal is, and to understand my consequences when I make that selection. She said, like you said, settle down to a good choice. Is she a good mother? Is she good with money? Is she this? Is she that? Does she have the big booty that you want? Does she have the good looks that you want? You know what I mean? Is she educated that you want? Whatever. These are things you got to do before you get into it. But no, most of us, it's all emotional because, again, we've got about 3 generations of men that have been raised by women. And when you're raised by women, you're going to pick up certain traits of women. And women are very emotional. So when guys get with a girl, oh, I love her because, how they feel. It's all about how they feel. It's not about, wait a minute. This woman is in debt up to this. She doesn't do that. There's no logic to it because the father is not there. Like I said, it's in our community specifically. This is just my opinion. We stoke fear of relationships, especially to our girl. Girl, if you have a baby, you're going to ruin your life. Having a baby is not ruining your life. You ruin your life when you make the same mistake over and over and over again. You can recover from the first mistake. So that's my soapbox.
Yeah, and having a baby in wedlock, is not going to ruin your life because y'all building together. So that's the message we should teach. Like I always say, people say, you don't have no grandkids yet? Don't ask me about no grandkids. You ain't asked me about no son-in-law. That comes first. My daughter's not raised to be no baby mama. She's been raised to be a wife, period. You know what I mean? And we need to unlearn that type of thing. And listen, I was a baby mama, Kaye. I got one child. I'm not speaking from, we did it right.
You were not a baby mama. You are a soldier of support.
Right. Whatever you wanted to do, sit down to. At the end of the day, I'm a baby mama. I was not married when I had my daughter when I was 21. I never married her father. So I'm not coming from the standpoint of, oh, yes, I'm doing everything right enough. No, I did it wrong too, which is why I only did it once. You know what I mean? But our people used to do that. Our people knew how to be together because all we had was each other. And yes, you're right. We've been taught division because we know that is together we are mighty and everybody else is going to, not be mighty when we become one. But the other thing I'm going to say is this, Donovan, I'm going to use your quote. I'm going to use my quote. For me, there's never enough of more. From Donovan, you can't F them all, fellas. So I'll say those quotes is because settle down with one person. You know what I mean? And Donovan, I love that because I think, and I'm not a man, but even women, some women have that ideology. Oh, well, oh, he cute too. Oh, she, yeah, I got to try it. So then you end up just cheating, because it's not that you're not satisfied with the other person. You're not satisfied with yourself. You're projecting. You don't think that you're worthy enough. So you have to continue proving that by cheating, going from relationship to relationship, getting all these soul ties and little homies down there, and you're spreading, and y'all in Houston got HIV hot and popping again. Like I said, I don't know how y'all did that, but you did. You know what I mean? So, and unfortunately, Donovan, for us in our 50s, people are still cheating. They say especially, I'm not nursing home age yet. That's like another 100 years. But in the nursing home, Donovan, they got STDs hot and popping. In the nursing home, Donovan, the nursing home, they itching and dripping. And I'm not talking about the IV. They itching and dripping. Because the ideology is, well, I can't have no kids. Well, Gloda can't have no kids. Shit, I still can do.
Exactly. So all Gloda got to do is lay there. I just handle my business.
Yeah. They got some mess up in a nursing home that they need shots in the behind and stuff for. You know what I mean? So the point that I bring that up is there's people our age that still running around the block, soaring their royal oats. They still out there, to me, it's a sign of extreme immaturity. If you are our age, and whether you're a man or you're a woman, and you were still out there being hopped on or hopping on without no commitment, you know what I mean? Eventually that catch up to you. Donovan, me and you both been here long enough to have known men and women that they had a good ass time in life. Burnt the candle at both ends, and now they like, I sure wish I had a man, somebody around here. Oh, let me call my daughter. Let me call my son, see if they'll carry me on to my appointment. But it's like Buster Brown was trying to be with you 30, 40 years ago, and you just, there was never enough or more. You got in all the men's Cadillacs, didn't you, Gloda? And now you can't get in no more Cadillacs. You need the bus to come around and have the wheelchair lift to go take you to your appointment. You know what I mean? But if you're not
and you got the Donald Trump wig, you got to get on straight on the way.
No, she just putting on that little turban that the old ladies put on, and just like, Sonny, do you got to drive so fast? You going through all over the speed bumps and stuff. I ain't my back. You know what I mean? Because you don't want your back out, jumping in all them Cadillacs. I'm just saying.
Before we go, Demetra, I want to ask you this, and I think we need to say this on every show. Somebody asked me, they sent me an email, and they said, now that Trump has won and you guys got what you wanted, which is what ain't what I wanted, it's just the fact of, it is what it is. We are not Trump supporters. We've never been Trump supporters. They said now that the Republicans have taken over every facet of government, why go on? Why should we continue to do what we do? And my response to that is basically, and I want everybody to understand this, the new black media, we are not going to make the same mistake as the civil rights era generation. And I'm not downing them. They got what they wanted. Then they got their money. They got their hoes. They got their Cadillac. They got their little welfare. They got whatever they wanted. And they started partying and doing what they got to do. Yes, we changed a few people's minds, but the revolution isn't over. We still got a long way to go. So would you agree with me on that in regards to, should we stop or should we continue to put the message out to wake some people up? Because there's still a lot of people that are still asleep.
So let me ask you this question a different way. You're a firefighter. You've been called to this 5-alarm fire. I think that's probably the highest one. I don't know. It's raging out of control. You and your team members, y'all putting the fire out. Okay, you've gotten it down for the most part, but you still see some embers burning. Do you continue to extinguish the fire, or do you walk away and say, well, we done the heavy lifting. Well, our job is done here, because leaving those embers to burn is going right. So I hope that answered the question. Will we talk about other things? We talk about other things right now. Yeah, we'll talk about other things. But for the most part, you can't let up off the gas, because what happens is when we get complacent, then we'll be right back where we are. So we got to keep talking about it. Not even just Donovan and I and everybody else. Y'all should talk about it too. Get the information that you got, the things that you learned, and go. If you just change one person's mind, listen, I'm not trying to tell you who to vote for, but at least vote for something. That's always been Donovan and I's message. Vote for something, and don't vote for a party of people that continuously kick you in your tailbone while they go and help everybody else. That was always the message. It was never pro-Trump. It was never, it was after Kamala and the Democrats for sure. But it wasn't pro-Trump. It was no. The Democrats do nothing. Democrats for black people are no longer going to benefit from us if we got something to say about it. So I hope that helps.
And I was telling the person, basically, you don't think white supremacy is regrouping right now? That's what they did in the 60s. They gave concessions, then they regrouped, and they found a way to put Stockholm syndrome in black people's minds and keep us in fear. Oh, they're going to cut my welfare off. They're going to do this. And it's so that we're going to do nothing. They are regrouping right now, not to give us anything. And how are they regrouping? I'm speculating. They're going to work with other groups. Maybe the Hispanics, maybe the Asians, maybe, whatever. But they're regrouping to make sure black people are eradicated in this country economically and maybe even actual.
Right. So anyway, I hope that helps. We'll see you guys at 5 p.m. Central Time. I have an interesting topic. I think I got a few of them, but one of them I think I want to try to talk about. I won't tell y'all just yet. I want y'all to see, because I'm not quite sure if I want to go that route. But anyway, in the meantime, we love and appreciate y'all. Of course, we have ways to donate and help the channel if you see fit. If you do already, we love and appreciate you for that. Either if you like and subscribe, but whatever it is you do to help keep this channel up and running so that we can disseminate the right information. I love and appreciate you. And then one day, if you get married or remarried, I will dance at your wedding. Peace.